Sitaram International School. Welcome back, dears. How are you all today? Yes, I hope all of you fine. This is your Sundar ma'am going to take science class for you. Today, your recall video, which means what are the portions will come for your SA2 examinations. Okay, you have to prepare your exam. So, what we learned after SA1. Okay, what I taught. Now we just recall that all chapter. Okay, are you ready? Super, let's go. This is your first chapter, chapter 8, winds, storms and cyclones. Okay, now what is air? Air is a mixture of gases. So what does mean? Moving air is called wind. Okay, so wind is the flow of gases on large scale on the surface of the earth. Wind consists of bulk movement of air in outer space. Solar wind in the movement of gases or charged particles from the sun through space. Okay. Then air exerts pressure. It occupies space. Okay. The fact that air exerts pressure can be understood by many examples. For the example, banner. Tube of bicycles gets inflated when air is filled in it. This happens because air exerts pressure. Okay. So movement of air because of uneven heating of land and water. Sea breeze. What is sea breeze? In coastal areas, the land warms up faster than the ocean surface. Warm air from the land rises up and creates an area of low pressure near the ground. The low pressure zone is filled in by cooler air from the ocean surface. This gives rises to the sea breeze. Okay. Then land breeze. Land breeze means that is opposite. During night, the land cools down faster than ocean. The warmer air from the ocean surface rises up and creates an area of low pressures near the surface. This is filled by cooler air from the land. This gives rises to the land breeze. Okay, then air make a cyclone, wind. Okay, what is cyclone? That is fast moving air towards a center. Usually with heavy rays is known as cyclone. Wind directions, wind speed, humidity and temperature together create the cyclone. When water vapor in clouds cool down, it releases heat. This heat pops the air around the clouds. Then tornado, this is one of the cyclone. Okay. A structure of tornado, this is black wind. Okay. This is storm, black wind. Tornadoes are the very fast moving dark cloud in the shape of a funnel. The speed of violent tornadoes may be up to 300 km. Tornadoes are as destructive as cyclone. Tornadoes may form within cyclone. Then anemometer. What is anemometer? An instrument which measures the speed of wind. We can find when the cyclone will come. Okay, you can find using the anemometer. Okay, yes, this chapter is over. Next chapter is soil. What is soil? Yeah, importance of soil. Soil allows the growth of plant. It supplies water and nutrients that are required in the growth of plants. The soil is the main part of agriculture. Many microorganisms live in the soil. Underground water is used for various purposes. So this is some different types of soil. Okay, humus, weathering, parent rock. This is soil profile. What is soil profile? Soil profile is defined as the vertical section of the soil from the ground surface to where the soil meets the underlying rock. Each layer is different from others because of its texture, color, depth and chemical composition. Then horizon. This is layer of soil, A horizon, B horizon, C horizon and bedrock. A horizon or topsoil is the soft porous layer which can absorb and hold more water. B horizon or middle layer is the more compact and harder layer. Then C horizon is the third layer made up of small rocks. Then fourth one, bedrock is the fourth hardest layer. Okay, this is structure of layer of soil. So what is horizon A? This is topsoil. It contains large amount of humus and minerals which makes it dark in color. It has rich nutrients and the soft texture. The topsoil has a soft texture so it can retain water easily. Okay, then topsoil is a home to many living organisms as well, like insects, worms, beetles, rodents and moles are living there. Okay, then horizon B is a middle layer. It is the next layer of the soil which does not contain much humus. The minerals are found in large quantities in this layer. This layer has a hot texture, light color. Then horizon layer C is the third layer. The third layer of soil consists of small rocks and cracks in them. These rocks are partly weathered. Next one, bedrock. Bedrock is the last layer. It contains large pieces of rocks, and bedrock cannot be dug with the help of spade. It is very hard in texture. So this is layers. Then types of soil. What are the types of soil? Soil classified into 4 types: sandy soil, silt soil, clay soil and loamy soil. Sandy soil, the first type of soil is sand. It contains small particles of weathered rock. Sandy soils are one of poorest types of soil for growing plants because the water holding capacity is very low. Okay. Then silt soil. Silt is which is known to have much smaller particles compared to sandy. Okay. Then which are smaller than sand and larger than clay. It is smooth and fine quality of the soil that holds water better than sand. Silt is easily transported by moving currents and it's mainly found near the river, okay, lake and other water bodies. Next one, clay soil is the smallest particle amongst the other 2 types of soil. The particles in the soil are tightly packed together with each other with very little or no air space. So what about this water holding capacity? It's more than others. Okay, this soil has very good water storage qualities and makes it hard for moisture and air to penetrate into it. It is very sticky to the touch when wet. Okay, but smooth when dried. So clay is densest and heaviest type of soil which does not drain well or provide space for plant roots to flourish. Last one, loamy soil. This is black soil. Loamy is the 4th type of soil. It is a combination of sand, silt and clay such that beneficial properties from each is included. For instance, it has the ability to retain moisture and nutrients, hence it is more suitable for farming. This soil is also referred to as an agricultural soil. So 4 types of soil. Then percolation. Percolation rate is equal to amount of water by percolation time. Okay, you have to find using this formula. Okay dears, this chapter is over. Next, chapter 10, respiration in organisms. Okay, all organisms do the respiration. It is 2 types. One is cellular respiration, which means aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Cellular respiration means the release of energy during the cellular respiration. For the example, glucose plus oxygen gives energy released, carbon dioxide plus water. Okay. Then types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means the type of respiration in which organisms use oxygen for burning food inside the cell is called aerobic respiration. Okay, glucose plus oxygen give carbon dioxide plus water. This is equation C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O. Then anaerobic respiration in a cell in absence of oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. This is equation glucose, ethanol plus carbon dioxide. Okay. How do we breathe? Components of the respiratory system in humans. The respiratory system of the humans have several parts: nostril chamber, pharynx, larynx, tracheae, bronchi, lungs and diaphragm. Okay, this parts used to our respiration. Okay, why do we feel hungry after doing a physical activity like walking or running? Because of energy released. Okay, so this is mechanism of human beings. Process of respiration. The oxygen in the lungs taken by blood. This oxygen is then transported to all parts of the body. Blood gives up oxygen to the cells and takes up carbon dioxide, which is sent back to the lungs. So this is breathe in, breathe out. What happening here? Air inhaled, chest expand, then diaphragm is expand, diaphragm is contract, and abdomen is expand. So during the breathing out, during the exhalation, air exhaled, chest contract, diaphragm relaxes, and abdomen contract. Okay. So why do we need for dust allergy? So what do we breathe out? Oxygen inhaled here 21% and exhaled 16%. We take 5% only. Carbon dioxide we take 0.03% and we release 4%. Okay. Then water vapor contains less water vapor, contain more water vapor during exhaled. Okay. Likewise, cockroach, it is using tracheal tubes as scales and spiracles. Earthworm, yeah, it has some holes on the body through its breath. Yeah, fishes are breathing through the gills. Okay. Then respiration in plants, yeah, oxygen and carbon dioxide through the leaves, stomata. Okay, and root also respired. Yeah, this is stem. Respiration in leaves through the stomata. Okay, dears, through the stomata, then carbon dioxide and oxygen is exchange. Okay. This chapter is over. Next chapter is organ systems of human body. Okay. So how many parts in our human body? 78 organs, more than 50 parts make our human body. Okay. 78 organs together make our human body. Yes, then cells make tissues. Tissues form organs. Organs form organ system. So type of organ system, what are they? Digestive system, respiratory, circulatory, skeletal, muscular, excretory, nerves and reproductive system. So in this chapter we learned digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system. Okay. Yes. First nerve system. First one is nerve system. That is brain. Okay, brain is an organ that serves as the center of the nerve system. Yeah. Next one, digestive system. What are the parts participate in our digestive? Yeah, our buccal cavity, esophagus. Esophagus means that is food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Okay. So first the food passes through continuous canal, which is divided into various compartments. That is first one, buccal cavity. Nothing but that is our mouth. Okay. We chew the food with the teeth and break down mechanically into small pieces. Next it go to our esophagus. The swallowed food passes into the food pipe and it pushed into stomach. It receives food from the food pipe at one end and opens into small intestine at the other. So the stomach after it's reached the small intestine. It receives secretions from the liver and the pancreas. How the digestion happening here? Because of the gland. Liver and pancreas, it secretes the juice, bile juice and insulin. Okay, it helps to our digestion. The largest gland of the body, that is, yes, liver. Okay. Then large intestine, it absorbs water and some salts from the undigested food material. The remaining wastage is passed into rectum and remain there as semi-solid feces, which means it goes to anus. Okay. Then the liver is the largest gland in our body and it can regenerate. That is a special of liver. Okay. Yes. Next one system is respiratory system. Our breathing. Okay, breathing system. Yeah, we have two lungs, one is right lung and left lung. What are the parts participate in our respiratory? Yes, firstly, before that, we have both lungs, that is left and right. Basically, the right lung is bigger than left lung. Okay, because our lungs, heart is being there. Then lungs float on water. The air we breathe contain 21% oxygen, but our body only use 5% of oxygen. Remaining it released, okay, through the exhalation. Yeah, we can spread our lungs fully a tennis court. Okay. Is next, what are the parts participate? Is our nostrils, trachea. See this? Yeah, nostril cavity, mouth, pharynx, syplogases, larynx, then bronchicula, alveoli. Okay, these parts participate in our respiratory system. Next one, circulatory system. Circulatory means that is our heart. Okay, transportation system by which oxygen nutrients reach the body cells and waste materials are carried away. Main organ is heart. How it is function? The human heart is vital organ that function as a pump, providing a continuous circulation of blood through the body. Okay, also carries substance called hormones, which control body process and antibodies to fight invading germs. Size of heart is your fist. Okay, there is 4 chambers. Upper chamber is atrium and left atrium and left vein. Then right atrium and right ventricle. Okay, ventricle, atrium. So 4 chambers. Yes, this is parts of heart. Okay. Then blood. Blood is the main vital role in our body. Pumped by your heart. Travel through thousands of miles of blood vessels. Carries nutrients, water, oxygen and waste products to inform our body cells. Whatever it can traveling using the blood in our body. Okay. Made up of liquids, solids and small amounts of oxygen and carbon dioxide. So it have 3 types: red blood cells, white blood cells. Red blood cells means it carry oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of body. Okay, about 5 lakh red blood cells in 1 drop of blood. White blood cells, it's protect body from germs, which means it's provide from disease. Okay, protect from our body from disease. Attack and destroy germs when they enter the body. So you have to build your immune system. Then blood vessels, hollow tubes that circulate your blood. There are 3 kind of blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries. Okay. Yes, and 3 kind of circulations: pulmonary circulations, coronary circulations and systematic circulations. What is pulmonary? Movement of blood from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart again. Movement of blood through the tissues of the heart. Then systematic means supplies nourishment to all of the tissues located through the body except for the heart and lungs. Okay, so this chapter also over. Chapter is seed germination, right? Yes. Seed germinations. What are the things we learn from this chapter? Yeah, how the seed grow. What are the steps it's followed? Okay, and what is the parts of plants? 2 types of systems. What are they? Root system and shoot system. Root system means it's grow towards the land. Okay, shoot system means it's grow towards the sun. Okay, which means stem, fruit, leaf, flowers comes under the shoot system. Root only and root system. Okay, so first one is seed. The life of a plant begins from a tiny seed. Okay, so how likewise our human body have some parts. Likewise seeds also having some parts. If you remove the peel, we can remove the peel of the seeds. Okay, the seed is protected by an outer covering that is called seed coat. This is called seed coat. Okay, the seed is protected by an outer covering called a seed coat. We can remove from the seed coat from seed. Okay, then the seed contains a small baby plant is called an embryo. What is that? Embryo. Okay, so this is embryo. Then what are the things that plant need to grow? What are the things need to plant grow? Is moisture, warmth, nutrient-rich soil, sunlight, good quality seeds. Once these conditions are satisfied, the seed begins to grow. Okay. Then the seed absorbs water from the soil. Seeds take the water from soil. Then the seed absorbs water from the soil and provides moisture to the embryo. Okay. Then what are the nutrients do plants absorb from soil? Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. So the plant cells inside the seed start duplicating. The insides, for the example, sprout. Okay. The plant embryo starts getting nourishment. When it's get the when it's absorb the water, it can grow. Okay. So the embryo starts to growing. Yeah, that is the first stage, that is called a sprout. You know well why we should take sprouts. It's very rich nutrients. Okay. Then eventually the growing plant bursts open through the seed coat in search of sunlight. So it's ready to grow towards the sunlight. Okay. So growing plant burst open. So when the seed coat falls off, that root can grow. Okay. When the root is grow, once the seed coat falls off, the root starts growing downwards to anchor the seed and to search for more food and nutrients from the soil. Okay. So the root starts growing downwards, anchor the seed. The root is, what is the function of root? It is the anchor of plant. Okay. Meanwhile, the shoot also starts growing upwards towards the light. So after a seed coat fall, the root system and shoot system ready to grow. Okay. This process of growth of a seed into a small plant is called germination. Okay. Then what are the factors affecting seed germination? External factors is water, temperature and oxygen. In internal, then seed dormancy. Seed dormancy means what are the things affect that? Light, temperature, hot seed coat, period after ripening. So immaturity of the seed embryo, impermeability of seed coat to water, impermeability of seed coat to oxygen, mechanically resistant seed coat, presence of high concentrate solids. Okay. Then what is the relation between plants and soil? Is plant help to soil erosion, then soil give the nutrition to plants. Okay. Okay dears, this chapter is over. Chapter is motion and measurement of distances. Okay, this is chapter 10. Okay, first what is measurement? Is comparison of unknown quantity with some known quantity. We know the starting 0, but we don't know the what is the accurate weight of that object or accurate length, whatever it is. Okay, but we don't know. So we can find from unknown to known from unknown. Okay, that is measurement. Then what is the unit? The known fixed quantity is called unit. Okay, for the example, length means that is meter, distance means kilometer. Okay, mass means weight means kilogram, like that. Why we need measurement? Is importance. What is the importance of measurement? Measurement plays a vital role in our lives. It's essential for maintaining accuracy in our day-to-day life. So, what are the systems of measurement we know well? CGS, FES and MKS. This is, we followed some different types of measurement. But, which one is standard for everywhere? SI unit. This is common one, but they have some rules. The symbols used for units are always written in lower case. Name of the unit should start with lowercase letter even if it is named after scientist. Symbol of unit named after a scientist should start with an uppercase letter. Symbol of units should not be followed by full stop. Symbol of units are never written in plural, but when written in unit name, then plurals can be used. Negative powers are used for the units in the denominator of a compound unit. Okay, then some examples of SI unit. Length is calculated by meter, Mass is calculated by kilogram. Time is calculated by second. Electric current is calculated ampere. Thermodynamic temperature is Kelvin. Amount of substance mole. Luminous intensity is candela. Okay, and that symbols also here. Okay. Then motion. What is motion? Yeah, movement of object. They change their position. That is movement. Motion. Okay. So types of motions: rectilinear motion, circular motions, rotational motion, periodic motion, and non-periodic motion, random motion. Okay. Example of rectilinear motion is train. Then circular motion, fan. Yeah, rotational motion, earth rotate their own axis, and earth rotate the sun as circulatory motion. Then periodic motion means alarm clock. This is periodic motion. Non-periodic motion means that is natural disaster. Random motion means birds flying. That is okay. So this chapter is over. Next chapter is animals habitats. Okay. So different types of animals. So there are domestic and wild animals. So how it is classified for habitats? Like land, trees, and water. Basically two types. One is land or terrestrial and aquatic. So the tree also. Okay, tree and flying birds. So we classified like this. So in this chapter we learned is terrestrial animals and water animal, aquatic animal. Okay. So what do we eat? What do they eat? Yeah, some of each plants, some of each animals. So how we classify? Herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Herbivore means that is plant eating animal. They eat only plants. Okay. For the example, elephant. Elephant means elephant can eat 140 kilogram to 270 kilogram per day. Water it take 140 to 200 liter per day. So the largest mammal in land, its lifespan is 60 to 70 years. Okay. Then how it is communicate? Through the trumpets, chips, roars, rumbles, flapping ear, rising tail. Through they communicate with their colleagues. Okay. Next herbivore animal is rabbit. Yeah, rabbit is one of the herbivore. It has one scent gland. Why it has this? Because identification. Okay, they easily find their friends. Then it has longest ear. Okay, next herbivore is giraffe. Yeah, giraffe have long neck. Giraffe is the tallest animal in the world. Next one is carnivores. Carnivores means that is eat insects or fish and animals. Okay, that is eating animal. Example is vulture. Okay, then lion. Lion eats meat. Lion is a carnivore. Lion is the biggest cat in the world. This is cat family, and it can swim. It is an excellent swimmer. When it is live in forest, it can live 14 years. When it is live in zoo, they can live 20 years. Okay, so lifespan is averagely 18 years. 14 to 18 years. Okay, lions show their affection by rubbing their heads against another head's face or neck. So through how these communicate? Through rubbing their head. Then lifespan is 8 to 15 years. Okay. Next one, aquatic animal is shark eats meat and fish. So this is comes under the carnivore animal. It has one special power, that is smell. Okay, sense of smell, excellent sense of smell using through the nostrils. Okay, simple internal ear to hear low frequency vibrations. It easily find at the low frequency. Next one is chameleon. Chameleon eat insects. Okay, it has some special adaptation. What is that? Yeah, it can change the color. What is adaptation? Every organism has some specific feature. For the example, rabbit have long ears. Chameleon have color changing color. Okay. So it has sticky tongue. When it touches the insect, there is insect stick in the tongue. Okay, next one, omnivores. Omnivores means both eating animal, plants and animals. Pig is the best example of omnivore. And a human, monkey. Okay, people also comes under the omnivores. Next one, what is adaptation? Adaptation is defined as the process of adjustment of an organisms with its environment. Okay. Next one is, what is food chain? Flow of energy is an ecosystem is one way to process. The sequence of organisms through which the energy flows is known as food chain. So, food chain means every organisms need depend of other organism for food. For the example, plants depend the sunlight. Grasshopper, herbivores depend the plant. Okay, then carnivores depend the animals. Then omnivores depends the both. Okay, so plants are called producers because they can produce their own food. Then animals are consumers. Animals means human being also comes under the consumer because we need food. We depend the food upon the plant. Okay, so we are consumers. So how the trophic levels in food chain? Yeah, 4 categories is there. One is producer. Producers means that is plant. Secondary, okay, primary consumers, that is herbivore. Secondary consumers, that is primary carnivores. Okay, then tertiary means that is secondary carnivores. Okay, this is pyramid of food chain. You got to draw like this. Okay, dears, this chapter also over. So finally, what are the chapters we learned? Yeah, finally 8 chapters. Okay, yes, you got to read this all chapters. Prepare well for your examinations. All the best, dears. If you have any doubts, you have to call me. Okay, thank you so much, dears. Thank you.